good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hey, this is Greg Bridges with Trading the Pips. So today I want to go over my stock pick, right? And that stock pick is Azul Airlines. So, like I told you guys before, anytime you plan on purchasing a stock, you need to do your research on that particular company. In this case, Azul, Azul, is going for $14.51 right now. I first talked about this particular stock. I want to say maybe June time frame when the airliners really started dropping in price, and we were able to get in. And I'll scroll down right here to show you. We got in at $6.68. We bought 20 shares at the time. Average cost $6.68. Our current market value is $290, right? $290. So our total return right now is $156.40, or a positive 117.07%. So we obviously have made all our money back, and I actually wish I would have bought more shares. Owning 20 shares just doesn't do me the justice that I actually want. I should have bought 100 shares back then. I didn't. It is what it is. But we did get off with our 20. And what I want to say about this stock is you can really just look at the chart, and we can go back to the yearly chart, and you'll see exactly where this stock stood a year ago. So right before COVID hit, this was a $42 stock, and we saw, it's trending, and all of a sudden we started hearing things about COVID, and this thing just dropped, right? It dropped like a skyrocket. So just like, some of the other big names, Delta and, American Airlines, all these were like $40, $50 stocks, and they just drop like rocks out of the sky. So that was your time to really get in. And what I'll say about this is a lot of people panicked when the airliners dropped down in value. They heard these things about Warren Buffett pulling out of his shares of American Airlines or whatever he was invested in. And what people didn't understand is the Warren Buffetts or some of these other guys that are invested in these places, they got in super early. They got in the last time the stock market had crashed, and they bought shares in these companies or whatever, and they were able to ride those highs up and receive dividends on the back end. So that's why I want to tell you about that. So when we have another issue going on in the marketplace, why would a Warren Buffett or anybody that has a significant amount of money in those shares stay in there? They're going to remove their money in anything that they have, because if they keep the money there, they're going to lose value. Azul Airlines went from being $42 a share to being, I think the low may have been $5 and some change. We'll go down real quick, click on show more. Hopefully my computer's not running super slow. But yeah, we have a low of $5.30. I wish I would have got in right then. But why would anybody, the 52-week high is $44.55. So why would anybody who already has those shares, who got in years ago when it was low and rode it all the way up and then started receiving dividends? In this case, Azul doesn't pay dividends, but anybody that was able to ride those highs, and if they were on American Airlines and stuff like that, they got dividends. Why would you then keep those shares when you know that it's about to go down in value? It doesn't make sense. So what you would do is you would buy low, hold on to it until it goes up in value, and then when it reaches that $44.55 price range, 52-week high, or even if you set it up for $40, you now have made quite a bit of money past what you initially spent. So in this case, if you had bought at $5.30 at the 52-week low and decided to buy 100 shares, you would have spent $530, and then you would have turned around and even if you decided to sell right now, we see that it's at $14.51. But one could decide to just hold on until it goes back into the $40 range. It may be next year sometime, but it will make it back up there. And then you're going to profit off of it. So that would be the way to go with an Azul. That would be the way to go with your American Airlines, your Deltas, or any type of airliners that you're messing with. But the first thing you need to do, the first thing one has to do is look up the information that revolves around these particular stocks. So in this case, you want to go to the NASDAQ website. You want to pull up the actual stock in general, and you want to see, do they list it? You want to see, we can scroll down on it. You see the real time, the after hours, pre-market, the charts. You see the analysis, the news and analysis on it, the press releases, the analysis research. You see the dividend history, which they don't have dividends for this particular stock. You see all the information, even the SEC filings down here, the insider activity, and one doesn't know what insider activity is. That's the people that actually run the company, maybe a director, a CEO, CFO, anybody like that holds shares. There's a lot of times the CEOs and those directors and people like that get paid in shares for the company as well. So that may be like their incentive, some type of bonus or whatever. So, and they can sell it at certain periods of time. So that is insider trading. They have they have access to information in the company. So anyway, we now look over here, and what I usually tell people is to make sure that you go to the actual website for that stock. So for that company, in this case, it's going to be Azul Airlines. And I'm already inside the investors relations tab, which is right here. And I'm actually in shares, and I'm looking at the quotes, right? So this is a Brazilian stock, but they're listed in our marketplace, right? So I want to see the US dollar value is $14.56 as of right now. Today, the high has been $14.67. The low has been $14.20. So they listed a little bit different, and the way they have it set up on their charts, their charts look a little different, right? They show you how many shares are out there. They show you the volume, 14 million is the volume. They show you the shares. So it's looking good. I don't foresee Azul dropping anytime soon. As COVID passed by us, we're going to start seeing an uptick of travel to these different countries. We're going to see an uptick all around, especially in our cruise liners and stuff like that. So these airports are going to start seeing good traffic again, and you're going to start seeing people get on these airplanes, right? So which means more revenue is going to be coming in, more profit, and it's going to then translate on to their stocks, right? So I expect to see Azul back in the $40 range sometime next year, especially when they come out with their COVID vaccine. Once that COVID vaccine comes in, everything is going to open back up. So we just have to sit back and wait. We've made our money back and some. Now we're just going to sit back and wait for it to travel upwards on into the $20 area, $30 area, and then finally in the $40 area. And I believe that I'm going to try to cash out, or I'll put my trade in to get out at $40. So once again, this is another stock pick. If you want to get in right now, obviously you can. I am not telling you to go and buy it. I'm just telling you what I've done for myself. So once again, I'm not actually giving you stock advice or anything like that. I'm just saying, hey, this is what I've purchased. This is what my plan is, but by all means, do your research and figure out whether or not you want to go ahead and buy something like Azul or American Airlines or any other stock that's out there. So do your research anytime you plan on purchasing anything. Once again, this is my stock pick. My stock pick for today. And this is my stock in the spotlight. You guys have a great day. This is Greg from Trading the Pips, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye.